Good day, Curios. As you can see, I am not Kiri Callaghan, but in a way she's kind of with us in spirit. No, I'm just your plucky, persistent paladin, and I would like to ask you for a moment of your time. Kiri, can I get through this? My name is Angelique Rockwood, and today I would like to talk to you about hope. This is a hard time. There's no way around it. This is a lot of viewers' first global tragedy, our first community fear that you've experienced. Others of us remember 9/11, before that was Vietnam, or the draft around Vietnam. Before that, the Red Scare, and before that, Pearl Harbor, and many, many before that. There has always been, in every generation, something that linked us together in trauma. During those times, people found ways to band together and get each other through, for better or worse. They joined the military to fight enemies, they marched for peace, and to give a negative example, they turned in their neighbors as traitors sometimes, all to make themselves feel less powerless, to feel like they could do something about the situation that they were in. But now, we're told in order to save lives, to do that good, we have to do nothing and stay away from each other. It's maddening. Us as naturally empathetic creatures, which we are, to be honest, this kind of stuff brings out the worst in us and also the best. But the best is still in there if it's encouraged properly. But us as empathetic creatures, we want to do more. We want to give. We want to serve. We want to help each other. Doing the right thing right now isn't as clear as before. We are a proactive culture that's being told to do nothing for the good of our fellows. I understand how powerless and how helpless you must feel watching the death toll rise higher and higher, not being able to do anything about it. But to you, I say nay. There is something you can do. I know you don't know me that well, but I know for certain, inside each and every one of you is a spark. In times like these, people need escape. People need release. Most of all, people need hope. Look what people were drawn to during World War II. Wizard of Oz and Superman. That was their release. I don't think the first Spider-Man would have touched audiences as much as it did if 9/11 hadn't just transpired. They needed that happy ending. Even in 2008, with all the lies and confusion and death around the Iraqi war, people came in droves to see Iron Man. They wanted that wish fulfillment of single-handedly taking down terrorists and weapons dealers and saving innocent lives and saving the day. Now look at that in contrast to the 90s. For the most part, things were pretty okay. Things weren't perfect, but public psyche was much better. And then you had edgier stories and anti-heroes that laughed at the idea of a happy ending or doing the right thing just because it was the right thing to do. Remember that period of time where Superman fell out of fashion? That was it. No one wants a goody two-shoes hero when they don't see their world in peril. But in times like these, people need that simplicity. They need that wish fulfillment. They need that escape. They need hope. They need to see that light that's at the end of this seemingly endless tunnel. They need a spark, and that's where you come in. You are not helpless. You are not powerless. You have a spark that can light beacons of hope. I call on you now to be a steward of hope. Enlist in my army. Write a story. Sing a song. Write a song. Draw a picture. Anything that it is you do. But at least once a week, put something out there that fosters hope. I'm not asking you to create the next Superman or become the next Charlie Chaplin, although he did have great fashion. But I am asking you to consistently put a piece of yourself out there. Put your spark out there. Light those beacons of hope. For example, I recently just rewatched the opening number to La La Land, Another Day of Sun. Honestly, the best scene in La La Land. But that musical number made me feel optimistic again. It didn't make me forget about the state of the world, but it made me remember that it could be better again, because it will get better. It might get a lot worse before it does, but it will get better. The moon will keep rising, the stars will continue to shine, the birds will continue to sing. We can get through this. You are not helpless. You have that unique ability to keep people out of the pit of despair, to lift them up and light their way out of darkness and isolation and depression. You, please help them. You are now a Steward of Hope. That's right. If you watch to the end of this video, you are now enlisted in my army. That's how this works. That is the rule of YouTube. But really, they need you. We're counting on you. So please, keep that in mind. Put your spark out there. Make sure you do something good for yourself and good for others every single day. In fact, tell us what you did. In the comments down below thing. Yes, the comments down below. Honestly, please let us know what you did good for yourself and what you've done good for someone else today, and what you plan on doing. Let's make the world a little brighter. It's the least we can do.